The Philippine government says it's considering an American offer to provide surveillance aircraft to help patrol disputed areas of the South China Sea. The planes would be another step in a new military relationship between old allies against China's claims in the region, claims disputed by the Philippines. The relationship came under strain 2 decades ago when the Philippines demanded that the U.S. close 2 military bases at Subic Bay and Clark Field. The Pentagon says that there is no appetite to reopen the 2 bases.
And there is no desire nor view right now that the U.S. is seeking basing options anywhere in the Asia-Pacific theater.
Admiral Willard did say the U.S. would be willing to talk about rotating American troops through Filipino-run bases. Nevertheless, some nationalists and left-wing groups don't want any kind of enhanced military relationship. They say that even rotating troops in and out will eventually turn the Philippines into an American outpost. To tell us more about the deepening defense ties between the U.S. and the Philippines, I'm joined today by Stephen Rood. He's country representative in the Philippines for the Asia Foundation. Thanks for joining us today, Stephen.
Thank you for having me.
So can you tell us what part of the South China Sea is currently in dispute?
Well, the Chinese have published what they call a 9-dash line, which essentially encompasses the entire South China Sea, or what Filipinos now call the West Philippine Sea. So in there are 2 major island chains, the Paracels and the Spratlys. And the Spratlys in particular have many claimants. Besides China and the Philippines, we have Brunei, Malaysia, so that there's a number of different countries in ASEAN which contest the islands with the Chinese.
Okay. Now, in terms of the protesters, do they represent mainstream opinion?
When there are issues that have to do with the United States, there will be a number of protesters down at the U.S. Embassy trying to express their opinion. There are sometimes people in Congress or newspaper editors who will express some skepticism about these kind of military ties with the United States. But when you ask the average citizen, as happens in quarterly surveys by the social weather stations, they are very much in favor of these kinds of ties. They view the United States as by far the most trusted nation in the country. They view it, 80% say it's the most trusted ally, and no other nation comes into double digits. And when asked directly about the military troops, Filipinos, on the average, the citizens feel that they benefit the Philippines by having American forces come to the Philippines, whether it be for training or for humanitarian assistance, or in this case, security assistance.
Okay. Now, apart from helping the Philippine government gain leverage in the South China Sea, what else could U.S. military assistance provide for the Philippine government?
Well, since the passage of a visiting forces agreement in the late 90s, it's been possible for the United States service people to be in the Philippines, and there are annual trainings where both sides get to get better interoperability and new equipment can be tested out. And for the past almost 10 years, there have been a Joint Special Operations Task Force down in the southern Philippines of approximately 60 people who rotate through on 6-month tours, who are helping the Philippines in terms of anti-terrorism against terrorists down in the southern Philippines, who have crossed over, for instance, or do cross over to Malaysia and Indonesia and so on through those disputed waters.
Thanks, Stephen. Stephen Rood is with the Asia Foundation. He's also a visiting professor at Johns Hopkins University School of Advanced International Studies.
Now on U.S. airwaves, a global channel of uncompromising stories. World news, documentaries, entertainment, and culture. Link TV, connecting you to the world. For more information, visit linktv.org.